Scientists just announced they found a new kind of space thing unlike anything we've seen before. NASA says this planet is cool because of its size, location, and weird synthetic-looking light. Could we be about to learn some big secrets that change how we see the whole universe? Maybe even find life on other planets? NASA's find might give us a clue. Back in 2007, NASA started the Dawn mission to check out some interesting spots in our solar system. Dawn used 3 ion engines to get around, starting with a 14-month look at Vesta, the second biggest rock in the asteroid belt. Dawn sent back super detailed pictures and info, showing us Vesta's crazy surface and history. After Vesta, Dawn went to a dwarf planet called Ceres, which was even more exciting. Dawn's ion engines let it escape Vesta's pull and head to Ceres, something regular rockets couldn't do. These engines gave Dawn steady power, letting it travel far and stay in orbit around Ceres. Italian astronomer Giuseppe Pazzi spotted Ceres back in 1801. It's the biggest thing in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. For a while, they thought it was the smallest planet until they changed its mind in 2006. It's about 950 kilometers across, making it the biggest and heaviest object in the asteroid belt. It's one of the most interesting because of what makes it different. Scientists couldn't wait to see close-up pictures of this strange planet. The pictures showed bright spots all over the surface, especially in a big hole called a crater. These lights got everyone wondering what they could be. Before dawn, the best pictures of Ceres were blurry shots from the Hubble Space Telescope. Nobody knew much about this dwarf planet, so Dawn's promise of a closer look had astronomers really excited. The Dawn mission wanted to teach us more about how the solar system formed and how water helped planets grow. The bright spots on Ceres might be from shiny stuff, maybe salts left behind when water dried up. This hinted that maybe there were ice volcanoes that shoot up water or brine instead of hot lava. But what are these lights, really? What do they tell us about Ceres? Could they be from stuff happening underground, or something else amazing? Ceres is different from other things in the asteroid belt because of its size, weight, ingredients, and possible water and ice. Most asteroids are just rocks, but Ceres is more like a comet, which could tell us more about the early solar system. After cruising for 2 years, Dawn finally got to Ceres in early 2015. It was a big deal because it was the first time we got a good look at the biggest thing in the asteroid belt. As dawn got closer, the pictures got clearer, showing us a world we'd never seen before. The first pictures showed a surface full of holes, meaning it had been hit by a lot of stuff. But the bright spots in the dark, rough areas caught everyone's eye. As the pictures got better, scientists started guessing what these spots could be. Were they ice reflecting sunlight? Or something even weirder? People thought maybe they were mineral deposits or even ice volcanoes. When they looked closer, they saw that the brightest spot was actually a bunch of smaller spots. Most people think these are salt deposits left behind when water disappeared. This means that Ceres used to have, or maybe still has, stuff going on underground that pushes water or brine to the surface, where it turns into gas and leaves behind shiny salt. This changed what we thought about Ceres, making it seem more alive and complex than we knew. If there's water or brine under the surface, that could change how we think about life being possible on other planets. People often call Ceres an icy world with a rocky, but soft, surface. Most asteroids are made of rock and metal, but Ceres is different. Its surface has water, ice, and wet minerals like clays and carbonates, which makes it lighter than other rocks. This means there might be a lot of water under its surface. The outside is rocky but soft, with ice and gases trapped inside, making it more like a comet. Scientists think there's a rocky middle and a core full of water ice, which makes up about half of the planet. The middle is probably a mix of rock and brine around a hard core, maybe made of silicates. If there's a lot of water ice, Ceres might have had liquid water at some point, especially if the core got hot from radioactive stuff back in the day. This makes Ceres different from its neighbors and raises cool questions about how it might have changed over time and how water might have helped shape it. But wait, there's more. They found ammonia-rich clays on Ceres, so this dwarf planet might have come from the colder parts of the solar system before moving closer in. Ammonia can make water freeze at a lower temperature, which means there could be liquids on or near the surface. Learning about what Ceres is made of and where it came from helps us understand this awesome dwarf world, and also gives us clues about how icy things form and change throughout the solar system, what space travel will be like in the future, and what else is out there. Ice volcanoes are a cool but rare thing in space. Instead of shooting hot lava, they shoot water, ammonia, or methane. These things can stay liquid or gaseous in really cold places. On Ceres, ice volcanoes let salty water come to the surface. When this salty mix hits the emptiness of space, it quickly turns from solid or liquid to gas. What's left is shiny salt that we see as bright spots. The biggest bright spot is an AAR crater, especially a place called Spot 5. People have been looking at this spot a lot because it's really shiny and seems to change sometimes. These changes might be because water is turning into gas, which means the ice volcanoes might still be active or were not long ago. Besides Spot 5, Ceres has other bright spots all over, which means ice volcanoes might be happening all over the planet. This shows that Ceres is alive and active, not just a frozen rock. As the Dawn mission kept sending back better pictures, we saw a surface covered in holes, each telling a part of the planet's story. Scientists shared their ideas and theories about this new world. These discoveries have changed how we see Ceres. With its ice and possible ice volcanoes, Ceres now seems like a place that's alive and moving, not just a frozen relic. The shiny spots, especially an AAR crater, still have scientists interested. They might not just be from underground activity, but also hint that Ceres can hold water under its surface. Studying Ceres can teach us about more than just one dwarf planet. By looking at what's inside, what's on the surface, and the shiny spots, we can learn about how other icy things in our system act and change. The stuff on Ceres, like water ice, ammonia clays, and salts, can tell us about what other planets are made of and what their environments are like. Also, the possibility of ice volcanoes opens up new ways of thinking about activity underground, on dwarf planets, icy moons, and even planets far away. This suggests that places we thought were dead and empty might actually have cool stuff happening. Could this also mean that planets we thought were frozen and lifeless might have what it takes for life to exist? The Dawn mission is a great example of how awesome space exploration can be. The info it sent back has already changed how scientists think about the beginning and changes of our solar system. As we keep looking at Ceres and other far-off things, each piece of evidence helps us tell the bigger story of how planets, moons, and other things in space change over time. Right now, the shiny spots on Ceres are some of the most interesting questions in planetary science, but they're just the beginning. As technology gets better and we send out more missions, we have a better chance of making even bigger discoveries. Ceres, which used to be just a small rock in the asteroid belt, is now a symbol of mystery and hope. Its surface, layers inside, and weird shiny spots might one day give us the keys to understanding how our solar system started and how the planets formed. The possibility of tiny life forms living in Ceres' hidden water is an exciting idea that keeps scientists and space fans excited. As we keep exploring far-off places, the line between what we imagine and what's real gets blurrier. What used to be just in science fiction, the idea of life on other planets, has become a real scientific question. Could tiny organisms live in Ceres' hidden water? Could other icy places have the right conditions for life as we know it, or even life we can't imagine? These are the questions that will inspire the next chapter of space research and maybe one day show us the deeper truths of the universe. To everyone's surprise, the closest look showed that the brightest spot wasn't just one thing, but a bunch of different areas. The most common idea was that these were salt deposits left behind after water disappeared. This meant that Ceres had, or maybe still has, some kind of geological activity that pushes water or brine to the surface, where it quickly turns into gas and leaves behind shiny stuff. These findings changed how we thought about Ceres, showing it as a more active and complex place than we ever imagined. If there's water or brine under the surface, it could change how we understand the chance of life existing elsewhere in the solar system. Ceres is often called an icy world with a rocky, but porous surface. Unlike most asteroids, which are mostly rock and metal, Ceres is made of different stuff. Its surface has water, ice, and minerals, including clays and carbonates, making it less dense than its rocky neighbors. This suggests there might be a lot of water under the surface. Its outer layer is rocky but porous, with ice and other stuff trapped inside, making it more like a comet. It's thought that Ceres has a unique inside, with a rocky mantle and a core full of water ice, which makes up about half of the planet's total size. The mantle is probably a mix of rock and brine around a denser core, possibly made of silicates. Because there's so much water ice, there's a chance that Ceres might have had liquid water at some point, especially if its core was heated by radioactive stuff in its early days. This internal stuff makes Ceres different from other asteroids and raises interesting questions about its geological activity and the role of water in shaping it. But wait, there's more. The finding of ammonia-rich clays on Ceres suggests that this dwarf planet might have come from the colder outer parts of the solar system before moving inward. Ammonia can lower the freezing point of water, allowing liquid brine to exist on or near the surface. These insights into what Ceres is made of and its past not only teach us more about this cool dwarf world but also give us clues about how icy celestial bodies form and change across the solar system, the future of space travel and what happens next. Cryovolcanism is a pretty rare geological thing, especially compared to the volcanic activity we see on Earth. Instead of lava, cryovolcanoes erupt stuff like water, ammonia, or methane. These things can stay liquid or gaseous in really cold places. On Ceres, cryovolcanic activity allows salty water to come to the surface. When this briny mix hits the vacuum of space, it quickly turns from solid or liquid into gas. What's left are reflective salt residues that look like the mysterious bright spots on the planet. The most famous of these bright spots is in a crater, specifically in a region called Spot 5. This spot has gotten a lot of attention because it reflects so much light and changes over time. These changes are thought to be related to water sublimating, suggesting that cryovolcanism might still be happening or happened recently. Besides Spot 5, Ceres has other shiny spots, each with its own unique features. They're spread out across the planet's surface, meaning cryovolcanic stuff might be happening all over. Their existence shows that Ceres is an active place and goes against what we used to think, that it was a static, quiet body. As the Dawn mission kept sending back more detailed pictures, it showed a surface covered in craters, each telling a part of the planet's story, insights from scientists, theories about the world. These discoveries have totally changed how we see Ceres. With its icy makeup and signs of cryovolcanic processes, the planet is now seen as an active and changing place, not just a frozen relic. The shiny spots, especially those in a crater, continue to fascinate scientists. They might represent not only geological activity but also processes that suggest Ceres can hold subsurface water. Studying Ceres has bigger implications than just learning about one dwarf planet. By looking at its internal structure, surface anomalies, and bright deposits, scientists can understand how other icy bodies in our system behave and evolve. The stuff found on Ceres, like water ice, ammonia-rich clays, and reflective salts, might shed light on the chemical makeup and environmental dynamics of similar planetary objects. What's more, the chance of cryovolcanism opens cool directions in understanding geological activity, not only on dwarf planets and icy moons in our solar system but also on exoplanets far away. This means that places we thought were inactive and uninhabitable might actually support complex natural processes. Could this also mean that distant planets we dismissed as frozen and barren might have the conditions for life? Final thoughts on NASA's Dawn mission. What it means for us. NASA's Dawn mission is a great example of what cosmic exploration can do. The info it gave us has already changed what scientists think about the birth and evolution of our solar neighborhood. As we dig deeper into the mysteries surrounding Ceres and similar remote places, each piece of evidence helps us put together the bigger picture of how planets, moons, and other celestial formations change. Right now, the shiny regions on Ceres are among the most interesting puzzles in planetary science, but they're just the beginning. As technology gets better and newer missions launch, the chance for even more amazing discoveries grows. Ceres, once a tiny speck in the asteroid belt, is now a symbol of intrigue and potential. Its terrain, layered interior, and mysterious shining spots might one day unlock the secrets to understanding our solar system's youth and the processes that created its planets. The chance for microbial life, or at least the ingredients for life, on Ceres remains a cool idea that keeps researchers and space fans excited. As we keep exploring distant frontiers, the lines between imagination and reality get blurrier. The idea of extraterrestrial life, once only in science fiction, has now become a real scientific question. Could tiny organisms live in Ceres' hidden reservoirs? Might the conditions on other icy celestial bodies be good for life forms we know or haven't even imagined yet? These are the mysteries that will inspire the next age of space research and maybe one day reveal the bigger truths of the universe.